Hello everybody, welcome to an unscripted video here about this lovely new art book. It's called Fiendish Monsters, the horror art of Bruce Timm. It's published by Flesk Publications, I believe. I think that's what they're called, it says on the back. There are two editions of it. It's obviously the softcover one here. And then there is also this slightly weightier hardcover. I was fortunate enough to be able to get the signed edition of the hardcover as well. I got there nice and early. I think, yeah, it says here there were only 100 signed copies of these. If you don't know who Bruce Timm is, or why I might be talking about him, so he is one of the co-creators of Batman the Animated Series. You'd probably recognise his art style if you're a fan of those shows. If you watch my main channel, then you know I talk primarily about the shows that he worked on. He is well known for two things. One, drawing ladies in skimpy clothing, or not very much clothing at all, and also monsters, and that's the focus of this book. Now, Flesk had published Bruce Timm's earlier series of books, the, is it Naughty But Nice, or Naughty and Nice? Naughty and Nice, I think, which were like Bruce Timm's life drawings, lots of nudes in them, basically. But this one, I mean, there are still some nudes in here, I'll get to that in a minute. But this book is primarily about his horror artwork. Lots of like artwork inspired by like the Universal horror movies here. That's, you know, obviously like the Boris Karloff, I forgot his name for a second then, Boris Karloff Frankenstein style, and the Wolfman, and a lady who's had most of her clothes ripped off. But let's just focus on this softcover one, because that one is more readily available, and I think it's a fair bit cheaper as well. How much was this? It says on the back $25, basically 25 bucks. This whole book is 80 pages long, so it's not like a huge read or anything like that. Each order comes with this print as well. They have other prints on their website that you can buy, including some that are signed by him. If you absolutely must have Bruce Timm's signature, then that's a good way to go. But yeah, one of the other prints is this kind of Nosferatu image of a woman having her blood drained, having her neck bitten. And then there's an illustration there. Let's move this over just a little bit so you can see that a bit better, of Christopher Lee's Frankenstein monster from the Hammer horror movies. There's a lot of references to Hammer horror movies in here, perhaps unsurprisingly, because they combine beautiful ladies who sometimes take their clothes off with monsters. I have to wonder if these movies were very influential on Bruce Timm as a child. It certainly might explain a lot. So Bruce has actually provided commentary for every single page here. A lot of the artwork that he shares is art he did for magazine covers, like a horror fanzine magazine. I've forgotten the name of it now, but we'll come to it in a moment. But you can see also he's drawn a lot of Frankenstein here, Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein. Different art styles as well. Like this image here is more kind of lifelike than you might expect from someone like Bruce Timm, who's very well known for his cartoon features. Like, well, again, right here. It's funny, when my wife was going through this book, she went, "Oh, that monster looks just like Clayface," and I'm like, "Yeah, I suppose so, yeah." This was done for a cover of the Monsters and Dames charity art book for Emerald City Comic Con in 2013. It's an homage / parody of the old Marvel black and white horror comics like Monsters Unleashed, Vampire Tales, etc. And this image was previously published in the Big T's, presumably because of the scantily clad lady. But yeah, and you can see some of his images are a bit more cartoony and exaggerated. A bit more gruesome as well, I suppose, but it's kind of a different kind of, like, let me just scoot that up just a little bit. Different kind of like gore and violence. It's not like realistic at all. It's just over the top and hammy. And this one's quite funny, with the Wolfman pulling out the top of the monster's brain, or I should say the top of his head, and the brain falling out and landing on the lady's chest, which is a horrible fate. And again, he's done some artwork here for, was it Creepy? Actually, I think it says right here. When the current right holders of Creepy and Eerie asked me if I was interested in doing a frontispiece. Frontispiece? For their newly revived creepy comic book. I couldn't say no, so that's what this was. Never heard that word before. Frontispiece. I bet it's really common and I'm just ignorant. So it's Little Shop of Horrors magazine that he drew a lot of these pieces for. Just scrolling through here now. I don't really want to show you like every single page and like have this be a substitute for buying the book yourself, because it's really good. It's a fairly short read because there's only something like 80 odd pages with, I think, 130 illustrations. It might be slightly more than that. I'm just recalling the details off the top of my head. But it's a really good collection of horror art, particularly if you like old horror movies, like, you know, the Hammer horror stuff, which I'm a big fan of. I had attempted, we might come to this in a moment, yeah, here we go. I had attempted to cover up the obvious nudity, but I noticed as I was like scrolling through this book, I'm not going to go back to it, there were a couple of nip slips in there. Whoops, hope that doesn't get me demonetized. But yes, Dr. Phibes. I think Dr. Phibes is probably, I don't know if I should say he's a big influence on characters like, say, Clayface or Mr. Freeze from Batman the Animated Series, but Mr. Freeze has got the exact same motive as Dr. Phibes, getting revenge on someone, on, you know, the people that ruined his life. And Mr. Freeze has that very kind of similar voice as well, that "Nine shall die." That was my Dr. Phibes impression there. I don't pull it out very often, so cherish it. But, you know, it's really interesting to see here just like the things that Bruce is interested in, the things that capture his attention. Like, it's quite a few drawings, obviously, of Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Fun fact, I am from the same place as Peter Cushing, and I remember when his funeral happened, they shut the whole town down basically for the funeral procession. Christopher Lee was at the front. I didn't go to it because, you know, I was only a kid, but I sort of remember seeing it on the news, the local news. But yeah, anyway, a little bit of trivia there. But all in all, I think this is a great little book. I think it really does a good job of demonstrating like the diversity of Bruce Timm's style as well. Something like this zombie character here is very different to, you know, that female form there. Very, very different art style, I think, much more detailed. And yes, one observation I wanted to make, because I did want to talk about these drawings, is that his Bride of Frankenstein, I mean, maybe this is like common knowledge and I'm just stupid, but oh my god, Freakazoid looks so much like the Bride of Frankenstein that Bruce Timm draws, but obviously a male. But I wanted to draw attention to that. But yeah, I put these little post-it notes here to cover up the kind of thing that that YouTube might not like to be put on their platform. But yeah, anyway, I mean, this is just like a little quick flick through of this really cool collection of horror art from Bruce Timm. As I said, soft cover, hardcover. How much was the hardcover? I think the hardcover was about, oh no, it's not massively more expensive actually, $34.95. In my head I had it was $50, but yeah, that's pretty good for, you know, a mass-produced, or a not mass-produced, I should say, hardcover book. Again, it's got all the same stuff in it, and the only difference is that this one has that I have here is one of the signed editions. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. It was a brisk read. Dare I flip through this in case I accidentally get to a nude page? Yeah, I'm going to stop. But yeah, you can get it from Flesk's website. Again, this isn't sponsored or an ad or anything like that. I just shared it because I think it's cool, and I think some of you will think it's cool too. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I have to apologise about the state of my desk. I'm currently in the process of moving even more stuff to my storage facility. We actually had to get a bigger unit because I've bought way too many comics. So, you know, there's your update, people that love hearing about my physical collection. I might actually film a little bit in the unit once I've got everything over there to include in a future video. But alright, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.